this particular workshop. Okay. So these are the 3-step process which you have to follow. Now, the assumption here is that we will consider that you have joined as a startup, okay, and you will be not having any experience, past experience in DevOps. So we will be trying to go from very basic. It's like from zero. We'll start from like what is IP, what is computer, but then don't think that we'll go sequentially. Okay, we'll try to go in a real way. When you join any company, any service-based company or any other company, when you join, a mentor will be assigned. He will say that this is the project. For doing this project, you need this machine, you need this many IPs, you need this particular storage. So we will try to give you some projects like that. Okay, so we kind of a mentorship program as kind of think like it's you are an intern and you are doing an internship with us. And we as a mentor will be guiding you some projects and you need to do that. Like a real internship where an intern will be given not that great projects. He'll be given projects which are like from scratch you will be implementing over cloud. Okay. This is possible only in the cloud world. Why? Because some people may say that, okay, how can we implement a here? Because we are in cloud world. It's not an on-premise world. You can implement some projects. Okay. Those projects are our own projects which we have worked in our company, and we are trying to showcase those projects to you, give that projects to you so that you get that real experience. Okay. Now, some projects are basic projects. Like I'll give you some is here. Okay. So like these are some basic projects, the major projects which we have. Okay. But it is a basic foundation major project with which we will start our course. That think like you are you developers in your company who will be pushing the code to some repository that can be GitHub, that can be GitLab, that can be anything. Okay, Bitbucket. Once they push the code, the description is here in the left side. Some of you who are finding little difficult, you can read this thing as well. So developers who are pushing the code to GitHub, okay, what they will, we will have to build the piece of code. We will use Jenkins to build the piece of code using Maven, and then we'll deploy the code to a server, which will be creating or provisioning it manually, and then configuring it manually. So first we will be manually provisioning the servers, not using Terraform, and then we will configure the server manually here in this project, so that you know the pain that, okay, how to configure things manually, how to, what are the painful things culture before that automation which we have in the market. So we'll do project which is our foundation project. Once you do this CI/CD first major project, then we'll go ahead with some other major projects where we have this particular things changed to Ansible. Okay, like we will be using, suppose Jenkins will be calling some third party which is Ansible to deploy the code to the server. Okay, and these servers will, here it is only one server, but in real life there will be multiple servers. So how can you do that in a multiple servers? Then how can you configure or create those servers on a fly? Okay, like currently here we are creating servers, just one server, but how can you create that? So this is like just one small example I'm showing you, but then Kallol is going to give you more detail about our projects. Okay, now why exactly this is our course curriculum. I'll paste this curriculum over the chat window. Okay, so this is our 50 hours of program where we follow this particular methodology, as you know, step 1, step 2, step 3, where we create CV, implement CV, apply for job. So first thing which you will be doing is that you will be creating the CV. Okay, like all our courses, whatever we do. So we will be adding on the Slack channel. Okay, here you see there are people who crack job. We congratulate them. Okay, so just few minutes back, one student informed that they cracked an interview. Let me go to show you that how we give the CV. Okay, let me show you some sample CV. So this kind of batch I am taking. So there will be CVs, there will be documents we'll be sharing with you here. So like this is our CV. Okay, so this is kind of a CV we'll be sharing with you. You all will create CV. with respect to this particular template. So when I say template, don't think that I'm talking about the template, which is this template, the look and feel. You can use your own template, but then you have to copy the content. Okay. The content should be same. Okay. Because whatever we give you experience that in the CV, you should know each and every bit of that CV. Okay. So that when you go for the interview, you can tell your story to them. Now, we will also give you certain documents once we do these projects one by one, and we'll give you documents. You have to follow the document. You also have to create document. Okay. It's not just that we will give you document and you will do. You will have to create documentations as well, like here students are doing. Okay. Certain 3 to 4 will also ask you to create documents. So these are some features which we are giving you as part of our course. Then there are to give you an overview of our course curriculum, Kallol will explain you better, okay, because he's our trainer here. But I'm just giving you some little bit overview that this is our course curriculum where we have this major project 1, which the diagram I have shown you here, this particular thing. To complete this project, we have to go through certain modules like module 1, module 2, okay, module 3, like there are certain modules here. So once you complete total 7 modules, okay, till Jenkins, this many projects where we are emphasizing more, okay, to give you that foundation, okay, so that foundation should be strong. Once you complete all these projects, you will be eligible to complete this major project, okay. So you have to complete all the projects, the minor projects, so that you can complete the major project. So like this, we have one major project, multiple minor projects for it. Then we have another major project, then multiple minor projects for it. Then we have another major project, then multiple minor projects for it. So like this major minor projects will give you that experience which you want from us. This is again not there in YouTube, guys. Again, this is something which is our experience which we are sharing with you. We don't go sequentially. Again, this all module 2, which is AWS and system, this Linux part is a prerequisite for our course. So you will be able to get these 2 things. Again, as I told you that these are prerequisite, that means you have to know these things before you join the course. No. You have to know coding. No. We will teach you each and everything here. So module 2, module 3 is covered as part of our course. Like when we do module 4, we will start exactly from our course from this particular thing, project A, which is migration project. Once we start this migration project, and do this migration project, okay, you will be jumping directly to C.1. Once we do this C.1, you will be exposed to a single node architecture. Then we will do this cost cutting. Like there will be multiple single node architecture. How can you save cost by merging all those single node into one single server? So this particular kind of scenarios which we will be giving you, you will know here how to create a virtual host, how to create a proxy server in this particular C.5 project. Like you might be heard about this. There are something called proxy servers. There is something called SSL. So you will be exposed here for SSL, proxy server here, redirect server. In the C.3, you will be exposed for redirect servers. So all these things you will be exposed when you do some projects. And for that, some prerequisites are there, which we are also covering when we are completing this project. That is why I am saying that we will not go sequentially, that module 2 and module 3 will not go sequentially. From module 4 sequentially we will go, but this module 2 and module 3 will be covered as part of our course, okay? And then our faculty will be there who will be taking care of you. Whenever you have doubt, you can ask in Slack. We are mainly 24/7, okay? But then sometimes we miss, we will be giving you the answer on the next day. So this is part of our course curriculum, and this is there. Then let me come to very good part, which is like a personal favorite, okay, which is this, what is this now? So think that you all have, as I am saying, that this is kind of an internship program, okay? So how can we make it more interesting? We all know that, like when we go to gym, we will register ourselves in gym, but then we'll not go to gym daily, okay? We'll not have that motivation, okay? Till the time you have a very good looking girl there and then you wanted to see her to motivate yourself, okay? I'm just joking. But then if you want to get motivated, right, to attend the class, to complete all the projects, so how can you do that? for that, we came up with this giveaway contest. In this giveaway contest, we are not giving a lot money, but then what are we giving? We are saying that all of our students will get 500 rupees if their attendance is more than 80%, which is a very good thing. Okay, if someone is paying me 500 rupees for myself, for me to learn, yes, it is good, right? I don't get this kind of thing anywhere else. They are motivating me so that I can attend the class, so that I will be successful. Then within your batch, if you are a first performer, okay, then you will get 2,000 rupees. That means you have to compete. That is the reason people are here creating documents in my batch and other things, okay, so that they will get the amount. Okay, so now you will get this particular amount. The second guy will be getting 1,500. The third guy will be 1,000. But at the end, everyone will get certain amount, which is 500. Okay, but then you can get this. You will be, the maximum a guy can get is 2,500. Okay, but then this amount, whatever you are getting, is for you all to motivate. Okay, every time, and remember that this is not the big deal. This is again very small amount, but then the main deal is you should compete between each other. Okay, you should do the projects. You should feel that this is an internship program. The fire should be there within you. Okay, so this is what we are actually trying to achieve by this giveaway contest. Now I'll hand it over to our faculty, Mr. Kallol. So I'll just give an intro. He's our senior faculty. He trains. He's having around I'll say 10+ years of experience in training. Okay, in training industry. What he do? He has trained multiple professionals from college level to professional level to corporate levels. He give corporate trainings as well. He is expert in explaining things from in a very simple manner to in-depth manner. So he might go sometimes in too depth. He'll explain you too depth something, okay, and he will explain by a lot of diagrams. He will be explaining you with a lot of documents. So there are multiple classes he is taking currently. If you see, there are multiple classes where he gives a lot of handoffs. I don't do that personally, but then he do. So he's a great trainer who give a lot of handouts to students. So you will be in a best hand. Okay. So like this kind of handouts you will get. So which is like a great thing. Okay. Handouts. So this kind of things which you will be getting from us. Again, there are so many other features which I have told you. So with this, all these things, let me hand it over to Mr. Kallol. And after this, once Kallol explained you his give his demo, we will be going with the question answer sessions, guys. So where once you, if again there is something amount which we'll be giving you, if you are good in that question answer session, where we ask you 5 questions. It will be very interactive questions, guys. Participate. First, we'll be again giving you some good offer when you join the course. So let me hand it over to Mr. Kallol. Hey Kallol, thanks for joining. And I will hand it over to you. And guys, if you have any other questions, ping in Zoom chat, ping in YouTube live where we are, and yeah, I will definitely try to answer those questions. Kallol, you are not audible.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, hi. So my name is Kallol, and well, I'll not get into my introduction, and we will straight away jump into the session here. Before that, well, if you have any questions, somebody needs to mute, I guess. Okay, probably it's me. Hang on. Yeah, there was an echo. Sorry about that. Let me first start by sharing my screen. Right. Now, I will, before I proceed, I'll request all of you to be kindly on mute so that I can complete my presentation. We will, of course, be opening up the platform so that you can ask. We will have a Q&A session, so don't worry about that. But in the meantime, if you want to post something, you can please feel free to post your questions on the Zoom chat or WhatsApp chat, wherever you feel comfortable. We have got an admin team which is monitoring, and we will answer them appropriately. So without delay, let's quickly get into today's session. Like, what is the objective? Like, what is the agenda today? Why are we here? So I'm going to give you certain theoretical knowledge, but that won't be like very extensive. Today's session, I will be discussing about what is cloud. Okay, so many of you already are coming from a background where you have already been using it, but then this course is actually designed from for beginner to intermediate level. Okay, so people who are already know this stuff, I'll request you to kindly be patient, because there are people who do not know basics stuff, the beginner level stuff, which is required for becoming a DevOps engineer. Okay, so our agenda today will be to understand what is cloud. Then I will give you an introduction about AWS, because this course is on using the cloud infrastructure of Amazon Web Services. Okay, and then I will quickly show you how we can harness the power of cloud, particularly Amazon Web Services, and very quickly how I can build up a server and go global, literally set up a server and go global and deploy my website within seconds. So within a very short period of time, within few minutes. Okay, so let's start with, so these are the two major things that we are going to discuss today. So let me start with cloud, because everything here is happening on cloud. All the infrastructure that we are going to do is actually happening in cloud. So what exactly is cloud? What do you mean by, you must have heard these words like cloud computing, cloud, Microsoft Azure, IBM, then Oracle Cloud. So what is this cloud actually? GCP platform. So for that, you need to understand what cloud exactly is. So just imagine you are out in the open and you're looking up at the sky. Now take a minute to gaze up at the clouds. Okay, so I'm going to play a little bit of word fun here. What do you see? When you look at the clouds, you can imagine you're making up certain shapes. Do you see a dog? Or do you see a dinosaur? Or maybe it is your data. Okay, so what is that data? Like all our data is in our cloud. We use WhatsApp, we use Facebook. Our photographs are the snaps we take, they are infinitely stored. So what is the cloud actually? Let's understand this. Let's understand how does the cloud actually work. So this cloud is nothing but a global infrastructure where there are not hundreds and thousands, but millions of servers connected through the internet. There are service providers for this. Various service providers do this for us. And basically, all these servers are connected with huge amount of storage capacity. So we can think of the cloud as one global network of servers around the world, which is acting as one massive storage device. Okay. So whenever you are connected through the internet, you are actually connecting to that hard disk. Every time you sign into your Gmail account, okay, maybe on your cell phone, or maybe you are using your cell phone to watch Netflix, or on your smart TV, you're binge watching a show on Netflix, or maybe you are using Dropbox to open a file, or maybe upload a file. Every time you are using any of these applications like Gmail, Netflix, Dropbox, just to name a few, you are using the cloud. Okay, so Before the cloud, we would have backed up our documents, photos, music, videos, whatever our files were, personal files were. There was an age when we used to do it on CD-ROMs and DVD-ROMs. We used to have stuff where we used to have DVD drives where we used to, I don't know, people who are from that age, like around 2000. And in between 2000 and 2010, till that time it was popular. Till the time pen drives became up to 64 GB. USB versions started improving it started from 1.0 and then ultimately it has come to 3.2. Where using USB ports, you can, like they are more powerful than HDMI ports. Okay, so there was a time when we were, it's not that we don't do it now, we still do it, but like the hard disk we definitely do, but then we were backing up our data on CD-ROMs, DVD-ROMs and external drives or on our computer hard drive. But then now we can back up all of that information directly into the cloud real time. So for example, if you're snapping a picture, you've gone on vacation to visit some place, you're sharing that picture with your family and friends through any of the social media apps, you are actually pushing it into the cloud. You are using the cloud facility. So for example, if you have WhatsApp on your phone, for example, let's say you have upgraded your phone. Okay, you have bought a new iPhone. Now in that new iPhone, you put in your SIM and then you install WhatsApp. So in the previous phone, all the data that was there. Okay, so if you look into WhatsApp, if you get inside your phone and check the settings of WhatsApp, it has got an option wherein you can store your data on the cloud. So when you are on a new phone, automatically when you are, but yeah, you will have to be connected to the internet. Once you are connected to the internet, very quickly, I mean, like depending on your internet speed, it will download all the data from your cloud storage. So once you back up, you can also restore. That is the power of the cloud. Okay, so people who come from an earlier generation of who have used the earlier versions and generations of telecom, I don't know if you remember, but I had to do that. I had to do that like when I was upgrading my phone or switching phone. Then I had to like copy the contacts from my SIM to a new SIM or to the phone, and I had to plug in through USB additional hardwares. Okay, to just copy the contact from my SIM to so that I can use it on my new phone. But do we do that nowadays? No, not at all. You just log in using any of your accounts, like if it is an Android based phone, you will log in using your Gmail account. Okay, and then automatically everything will get synced up, right from your Google Drive to your contacts to your emails to your applications which were installed in the previous phone. Through the power of cloud, everything will get backed up seamlessly. Okay, so not only can you back up all the information to the cloud, you can also restore them when you change devices. Okay, so for example, when I back up my iPhone to the cloud, my files, where are those files going? They are actually sent across to hundreds and thousands of servers in Apple's data centers. They are spread across globally around the world at key locations. And because of those servers, cloud servers interconnected through the internet securely, I can access those servers by connecting to the internet and restore my data or back up my data, whatever I want to do. Okay, so that is the immense power of cloud. Now, so even if I lose or break my phone, that data is not going to be lost forever. Okay, it was not like this earlier. 10, 15 years back, if you would have lost your phone, you would have had to say goodbye to all the data that was stored in it. But now, not only if your phone gets stolen or if it is lost by mistake, not only will the phone get encrypted and locked, nobody else will be access it. But then on the new phone that you connect to, all your previous data will get restored automatically, provided you have authenticated yourself. So that is the power of cloud. Now, you can access your data anytime, anywhere. The only requirement is that you should be connected to the internet. Be it if you're like using your laptop on the move, or most commonly what we do is like we are all addicted to our smartphones. another thing is, like if you are storing data locally, you don't have to worry about using up all the storage on your hard disk. Like here in these two diagrams, we are getting messages here. We can see like 2.39 GB is available out of 2 terabytes. Because we are now living in a culture where every second we keep posting our images or our thoughts or videos or sharing files. We do that multiple times in a day. So that data, if you are storing locally, be it on your phone or be it on your computer, sooner or later, your hard disk is going to fill up. It is going to get crammed up with all that data. Okay. So what can we do about this? Where is cloud coming into the picture here? If we are using on a phone, then maybe if we have got a 32 GB existing phone and we are running out of space, then we will have to buy a higher version of phone with 128 GB. But then that will cost us triple the amount that we have already spent on our working smartphone. Okay. So, but then using cloud, we can have lots of storage space without having to incur expenditure on these costly devices. You can keep using your current device, be it your laptop, your PC, or your cell phone. You can be on the move. You can interconnect anytime. Or the only requirement is you just need an internet connection. And all the storage will be on your server. So for people who use Gmail, which is a very common email client, Google provides us 15 gigabytes of storage free. Okay, and after that, like paying maybe like in Indian currency, I think it's around I don't know, that rate changes, but maybe 250 or 300 some rupees per month on a subscription basis, you can get additional 100 GB or 1 terabyte of, depending on whatever pricing model you are choosing. So basically what I mean is we can store our data on the cloud. Now, businesses are also benefiting big time from cloud computing. So as you can see here, this is a chart where the revenue forecast is being displayed in billions of dollars. Okay, so over the years, this chart is a little bit old. We are running in on 2023, but even in 2021, as you can see, the revenue was more than nearly $280 billion. So 1 billion has got 12 zeros. So you can imagine the vast amount of financial turnover that is happening in the cloud industry. So why you should be interested in this chart? Because being DevOps engineers, cloud technology is something that we are going to be studying and using extensively. So you definitely need to, so where there is so much of money being made in the cloud environment using cloud technology, if you learn this technology, then you will have a very high level of, a very high scope of getting recruited in your dream job as a DevOps engineer. Now, well, you probably already have heard of the biggest names in the market. One is AWS, Amazon Web Services, and the other is Microsoft Azure. Okay, so AWS being playing the premier role in this right now. So that's what makes Jeff Bezos's company a $1 trillion company. So that's the reason why we have chosen this course for DevOps to on AWS. Okay, the main cloud infrastructure that we are going to use will be AWS. So, but then there are other cloud service providers also, like IBM, Google, Alibaba, but they are not as large as Amazon or Microsoft. But then these names also you should be aware of. Okay, for example, Oracle, they are also a cloud provider. They, if you do a Google search, you will see it is a little bit tricky to configure, but you can get a 24 GB RAM computer along with, I think it is quad core, high-end processor. Okay, through it will be a remote desktop on which you can install the Ubuntu Linux system, which will be free forever. Just check it out in the market, how much how much costly it is to build a computer with above i5 generation processor, 24 GB of RAM, and quad core parallel processing. Okay, so these kind of things, just to become popular, Oracle actually gives it off free. But then you will have to use remote desktop connection for that. But then you will actually have a working computer, which is on the cloud. You don't even, your computer RAM and hard disk will not be affected. You will simply be using a remote desktop protocol and you can access it. Okay, so the intention of this, showing this PowerPoint slide, was to actually showcase the power of the cloud computing. So it is not just the big tech companies which are moving business into the cloud. There are smaller companies also who are buying in so that they can also grow their business through cloud. Now, instead of, so the good point about here is, which I will actually be demonstrating shortly using I will do a lab session real time. So instead of buying and spending money on capital expense, a business can rather focus on doing their business, and they can leave that entire headache, the capital expense of buying all the hardware that is required, backing up your data, and setting up your buying the licenses for the softwares. All that you can leave it to the cloud service provider. In our case, we are going to use AWS. But then the cloud services are based on a subscription pricing model. Obviously, because they are providing service, so they will also earn money. But compared to the cost that as a business you are going to incur in setting up your infrastructure, compared to that, this subscription model is way more cheaper. That's the reason why even small businesses are getting into like developing their, building their infrastructure in cloud. Okay, so the subscription pricing model, it has got various ways. But quite commonly, it is you are supposed to pay a monthly fee for all the combination of all the cloud services that you are using from the service provider, and you will have to. There are various models, like it is. We will be focusing on AWS, so that is pay as you go. You are going to pay only what you are going to use. Okay. Another important feature, which is one of the major selling points for using cloud, is suppose your business is booming. Okay, more and more customers are visiting. That's on the left panel, left side of the slide here. Now your website will have increased number of requests globally. Okay, so your servers will, at some point of time, the number of servers will get overwhelmed. And then you need to increase your server so that you can cater to the web requests coming up from the customers. So what do you do in that case? So if you are using cloud technology, it will only take you few minutes to scale up. You can very quickly add servers and keep your business running without any latency, without any performance issue. But compared to that, on the right side, maybe you have come onto hard times and you need to do cost cutting. So just like you were able to do a scaling up of your servers or your resources, it is also very easy and very quickly you can also scale down and automatically, which will result in reduction of overall costs. So that is a very important thing. That is one of the prime selling features of using cloud. Now, but then when we look at let's look at some of the risks here. One obvious concern is, since all our data is online, what happens when the internet goes down? And that does happen. Like in 2013, there was a situation where there was a severe AWS outage. So the softwares like Instagram, Vine, Airbnb, they were using this infrastructure. So at that time, so this is one of the drawbacks. But then if you think about it, that can happen with your local systems also. Your phone can crash, your computer can crash, but compared to your crash, the rate of recovery that Amazon will be able to do, we are nowhere near that. Okay, so even if they have some outage, within a matter of hours, they will definitely be up and running. And then while learning in our 2-month journey for the course, while learning the course, we will see how we can mitigate this. Okay, so in case like one of the zones is down, how we can parallelly run servers on a different zone. so that our business continuity is maintained. So this is, yes, one of the concerns, but then there are ways to mitigate. Now, the another important aspect is your sensitive data you are storing online, and also the threat of cyber security, cyber attacks from hackers. Okay, so because nearly 1/5 of all the files that are stored globally on cloud, they definitely contain sensitive data. So this is another area of concern, but then we will see how we use cyber security like SSH. I will actually be showing that right now in one of the labs. Actually, the first lab today. And then you can see how you can safely connect to a server where nobody else will be able to connect. Okay, and then you can do your coding, your provisioning, deployment, whatever. Okay, so there are ways to handle this, but then these will always be areas of concern. Okay, so now this part is done. The cloud thing we have discussed. This was, once again, this was a very brief overview. Cloud is way more deeper than that, which we will learn gradually, step by step we will learn. But then in such a limited time period in a workshop, I hope I was able to share valuable insights with you. And for people who are new, I hope you got some, I mean, like you have some basic preliminary knowledge about what cloud is and how it functions. So very briefly, any questions here before I start the lab session of deploying a server from any of the participants? Nothing? Cool. Then let me.
Hello, I have just I've given the unmute access to the participants. It was not there.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
You can, if you have any questions now, mostly technical, not about the price and not about the things, like whatever we have discussed now, like what is
related to what I was discussing right now on the cloud.
Yeah.
Technology.
So please, if you have related question about the cloud, somebody who doesn't understand what is cloud is something where you can keep your data on rent and process that on rent. Think like that. Okay. Can keep your data on rent and process that on rent. So if you have any other questions from the cloud, you can ask questions. Again, you have to create your account in Amazon Web Services.
Yeah, I'll show that. I'll show that.
Yeah,
but
so Kallol is going to explain.
I'm just seeing, like, I mean, like, I'm sort of expecting, because I gave a little bit of technical lecture here. So guys, don't feel shy. Just, I mean, like, you have been unmuted. So please, like, actively participate and kindly, let me just check if anybody is asking any. Okay, so most of the questions that I'm seeing here are related to duration, course content. Yeah, all of these will be addressed, guys. Don't worry, all of these details will be addressed.
What is the current market on this DevOps? Since, a lot of layoffs are happening, and also, I mean,
current market value of the course?
No, market conditions, opportunities, chances, and all related.
Okay, so that will depend on your skill set. Rahul, do you want to take this?
Yeah. So Ravindra, so about the DevOps, if you want to see, I will say companies are now moving to cloud. Mostly, you know that around 40% of the companies are already moved to cloud. Okay. So now there are slowly people are adapting this cloud technology and they are moving from on-premise to cloud. Now, once they move to cloud, the amount of the IT cost will decrease. As the amount of the IT cost will decrease, the politics will increase in the company and they will demand for more further decrease of the cost. So how will the further decrease of the cost will happen? When they decrease out the people, like they have to remove people. Now, how will they remove? By doing the automation. Okay, now how will you do the automation? Now, previously in on-premise, there will be a different storage guy. There will be a different cloud, suppose a Linux guy. There will be a different email provider, okay, who will be checking that the Outlook providers and other things. Suppose if you know, there will be an application team, there will be a middleware team, there will be a DB team. Like this, there will be multiple teams. But now with the advent of DevOps, okay, and the culture, as slowly company is implementing that. To tell you upfront, company wants less IT cost. They want high performance of their environment. They want the deployment tool should be faster. So there are 3 protocols, okay? Deployment should be faster, development should be faster, and cost should be reduced. If these 3 protocols, these 3 features you can achieve in any team only by one particular culture, which is like DevOps culture. Okay, the culture you have to implement. How will you implement the culture? With the help of this particular project architecture. So we are going to teach you some project architectures. What do you have to do? You have to see those things, and you can actually implement this fast development, fast deployment, and cost reduction. Okay, those things. So this is like one of the. I hope I have answered your question, right, Ravindra? So you can actually see in the Naukri.com, just type DevOps, you will see so many job openings are there. But the right profile we are not getting, right? Why? Because people will just go for any courses, they will try to learn something which is like topic oriented. But then when you go and give real interview, they want a real professional. You can't say them that I'm a trained professional, I have learned some topics, tools, and I came, right? Tools will not help, but projects will help, because project will internally use some tools. And that is the reason we are actually trying to give some projects to you. So I hope you got the curriculum, but then I think I gave it little in the beginning. Those who joined late, I gave the curriculum again. Click on this curriculum link and see that there are 28 projects which will be there, okay, which we are going to cover. 28, one by one, all are sequential projects. The first project will be very simple. The second project will be little complex. The third project will be much more complex, like that. Okay. Okay, great. Now.
Does that answer your question, Ravindra?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
Okay. I will remove the unmute access. Now, Kallol, you can start, and we have to complete, and then we have to go for.
Yeah. Let me. Okay.
Yeah.
So we will continue with this Q&A session, guys. Don't worry. So we are muting everybody now again, but you can continue posting your questions on chat. Okay. So course curriculum, once again, is a repetitive question here. We have shared the link. Please be part of the WhatsApp group. And right now, check your Zoom chat. There also the link has been provided. So go through this curriculum. Okay. This is a lengthy document. Multiple pages are here, nearly 10 pages long. So go through these words, like these are the keywords: Jenkins, Maven, Terraform. These are the technologies that you're going to learn. Okay. And well, having said that, let me quickly give you a real-time demonstration. So for this, I'm going to use a cloud platform where I'm going to use AWS, Amazon Web Services, as my. This is a term you will have to get accustomed to these terms. Maybe some of you already know. So IaaS. So I'm going to use AWS here as infrastructure, as a service. I don't need to spend at all any money on procuring physical hardware. Okay. So we will be doing real projects. So just like IaaS, there will be another term which is actually the bread and butter for DevOps engineers. That is called CI/CD. But then these are complicated terms, and you will understand this gradually. Continuous integration and continuous deployment. Okay. So the idea here is businesses spend money so that they can earn revenue. Okay. If they have to earn money, then they will have to definitely spend less amount on the infrastructure. That is the first. To save money, they have to do cost cutting on infrastructure. Okay. So there is something called CapEx and there is something called OPEX. So CapEx refers to your capital expense. So if you have to purchase 10 servers, suppose you are a new business and you have built a new app, you can do, let's say you're doing food delivery. Okay. And you have got your management and marketing and sales team. They have sort of done a brainstorming, and you guys are expecting, let's say, you are going to spread your business across India or any particular geographical location. To the web application requests for those 100,000, be it for one customer or be it for 100,000 customers, you need to have servers. And you have got two choices. Either you procure those servers physically, order it from China, Vietnam, or Mexico. These are the countries which are Philippines. These are the countries who are manufacturing this, mainly China. Either you procure them physically, these 50 servers, or you do it using one of the cloud services like AWS and use that as your infrastructure as a service, IaaS. Okay, so that capital expenditure for purchasing 50 servers, not only will it take time. If you order 50 servers, it is going to take up to a month for it to be shipped, ordered, and then you will have to have some space. You will have to rent an office space where you will have to deploy these servers. No, not deploy, only keep them physically. You will need air conditioning. You will need physical security personnel. You will need fire safety and various other compliances as per the law of the land before you can even start using the server. So but then you have already spent money on buying 50 servers. So this is what business will think. Instead of that, we will start rather with 5 servers on cloud, and we will pay them hourly or as per usage, as per data usage. Okay, and then so our graph will look something like this. So if we start in January, February, March, gradually, this will be our projected customer footprint. It will start from 0 and then gradually it is going to go up. So very quickly from 5 servers to 50 servers, you can jump depending on the customer footprint. As it increases, you can keep adding servers without having to spend money on CapEx. And similarly, if there is a downfall, if this graph goes down, you can scale down, as I said earlier. Okay, so you have not invested money. You have not blocked your money. In case you did not get 100,000 customers, but rather you are stuck with 50,000 customers, then you don't need 50 servers. Maybe you are good with just 8 servers. Then you scale down. Once you start losing customers, you scale down. That way your business can still be afloat. But if you have physically ordered the servers, you are stuck with those 50 servers. And then not only that capital expenditure has gone into it, those 50 servers also have to be continuously maintained. So right from your electricity expense to your air conditioning, security personnel, and other technical staff, which are going to be required to maintain them, that operational expenditure will be a permanent thing for you. And that will eat up into eat up your profit margin. Okay, so that is the power of using cloud, where you can reduce your capital expense. A business can reduce capital expense and operational expense. Apart from that, the other key factor is rapid deployment. Okay, if you ever get a chance, maybe some of you already have visited, but if you want to see a server room, okay, so this is what a server room looks like. If I go into the images, so see, this kind of image I'm interested in showing you. Do you see, there will be like kilometers of wiring that has to be done physically. Okay, so you will need specialized network infrastructure engineers, okay, to connect them. This is what it looks like. Okay, one wrong cable connection connected to the wrong port and your server is down. So if you are going to do it physically, these are the hassles that you have to face. But then we are going to do this on cloud. How do we do that? Let's see. I will very quickly create a server on which I will deploy a website, and I will make it globally accessible. I will share that link with you, and you should be able to open that website. Let's do that. So for that, just open up any browser, Google something called AWS, press enter, and then go to the official website, aws.amazon.com. Click on that link. Now I already have an account, but then you guys, if you want to learn this course, it is mandatory for you to create a AWS account. But don't be afraid, you don't have to spend any money for that. AWS gives us a free tier where up to 1 year, certain limited infrastructure is free for us to use. Free tier is with some conditions applied. It is not entirely free. So although we will be using the free tier, but we will treat it as if we are paying for it, so that we are always careful. Okay, so you will have to create your free account. So I'm not getting into that. That will be that is pretty straightforward. We can share a document for that for people who are new. But then I already have my account, so I will quickly sign in. The agenda here is right now to deploy a server, which will be globally accessible with a static website. So this is what the static, I'm logged in as something called a IAM user. Now there is a root user thing and a IAM user. For one of the good best practices to keep your account secure is to use a login as a IAM user. So I'm logging in as an admin IAM user. And as further level of security, on my smartphone, I have something called a authenticator app. Okay, so without this ever-changing code, it will keep generating a 6-digit code every 30 seconds. Okay, so without that code real time, I will not be able to log in. So this prevents any unauthorized access to my server. So security, see, one by one, all these points will come into play. Okay, so this is what your AWS console will look like. Now, there are loads of services. They are grouped into, like in a modular fashion, they are grouped. So there is like tools for analytics. So for that, then there are further tools that AWS provides. Application integration, AWS cost management, blockchain, whatever you can think of. There is, I have not come across any kind of application development, be it that entire infrastructure to build any app, any web app, any website, anything, standalone project, anything you want, you can do here. Okay, so the one that we are interested in right now is something called EC2, Elastic Cloud Compute. Okay, so that falls under this compute thing, and then we have got EC2. Or else, because there are hundreds of services, web services provided by AWS, I will just search in the search box with EC2, and then I will automatically, it will come up. So the first one is EC2. That is where I can create my virtual servers on cloud. Okay, so this is what it will look like. The generic dashboard for all AWS services. On the left-hand side, you will get the dashboard, and then the details of the dashboard, further links will be present here. Okay, so right now I'm going to create a new server. Basically, I'm building a new computer. Okay, so now what do you need? What are the basic things? If you are building a computer, let's say you're doing it physically, what are the basic parts for a PC? So you will definitely need, let's talk about the hardware first. So you will need RAM. Okay, that is your volatile memory. You will need certain amount of RAM. Then you will need certain amount of storage. That will be your hard disk space. That is, so this is the volatile memory. Both are referred to as memory, okay, but they are context based. Storage is your persistent memory. And then you will need CPU, like this is your processor, like in, for example, Intel, AMD, ARM. These are the service, the chip providers. This is your processor, the heartbeat of the computer actually, okay. What else? You will need some networking infrastructure, so some network card, okay, like an Ethernet port or wireless card, something you will need for networking to connect to the internet. And on top of that, you will definitely need, once you have the hardware, you also need your OS, or that is your operating system. That can be Windows, that can be Mac, that can be any of the versions of Linux. Okay, so for DevOps engineer, Linux is must. We should definitely know Linux, which we will. So beginners, if you do not know Linux, don't worry. This will be taught step by step in a gradual incremental manner so that you become from the beginner level to an intermediate expert level. You gain that confidence and your ability to use. Okay. So here we are interested in the Linux platform. We will deploy our website, static website on a Linux platform. So just like Windows has got many versions of operating systems, currently Windows 11, that is the highest version in the market. Any new laptop or any new PC you purchase, by default, you will definitely get Windows 11 on it. Okay. But now here we are, as DevOps engineers, we are interested in Linux. And then similar to Windows, like there is Windows 11, Windows 10, and then the prior versions, Windows 8, Windows 7. So similar to that, in Linux also, there are various versions of Linux. Okay, so a few of the common ones are like Ubuntu, then Red Hat Linux, Enterprise Linux, that is called RHEL, and then SUSE Linux. This list goes on, and there are more than 40 versions. Kali Linux, depending on what kind of work you are doing, that version of Linux you are going to choose as your operating system. They are all open source, at least most of them, and free to use. Okay. So for example, if you're thinking like, where is Linux being used? Let me show you. You must know about this electric car. Like Elon Musk, everybody knows, right? So Tesla, what is the model? Like S3, one of the most popular electric cars, electrically driven cars, this one. Okay. So this car uses a version of Linux, which is like then Tesla has then modified it for using it on their car. Okay. So this is power of Linux. Why you should know Linux? Then we know the Mars Endeavor project, Endurance. Okay. Where is that? So right now, give me a second. Maybe I typed in the wrong name. Yeah, this one. So this device right now, just to give you an idea that these things are not happening like virtually, they are real time. What is the distance between Earth and Mars? Just think about it, like where technology is leading us. 301 million kilometers approximately. Okay. This device, this robot right now is 301 million kilometers away from Earth, and it has got a version of Linux installed in it. NASA also uses Linux. Okay. So that is the power of Linux. So let me show you how I can use it. So the point that I'm trying to make here is I'm going to, in our case, but well, we are not building Tesla AI software or Mars Endurance robot here. We are just going to use the Red Hat Linux version, particularly version 9, to deploy a static website. Let's see how quickly we can do it. Once I deploy it, I will share the link, and you guys also should be able to use it, like open and run the website. So I'll go into instances and I will launch an instance. Okay, so my website, I'm just naming the host computer server name. Oops, sorry, my bad. So I'll copy this. Now, as I said, see, one by one, what are the things I need for a computer to be functional? And mind it, all of this I'm doing virtually. So first, if I go with the wizard, I'm going to choose Red Hat Linux. This is the operating system. Okay, so here, Red Hat Linux version 9, HVM SSD. Okay, already Amazon is providing us with this. We don't need to bother about it. No DVD is required, no USB stick is required for installation. Okay, this is the power of using virtual cloud, AWS as infrastructure, infrastructure as a service. So now there is something called instance type. If you see, it is already chosen here to T2 micro. So we have got the CPU, we have got the RAM, and apart from that, okay, something like this. Let me actually go to images. Okay, this is the entire, bear with me, it's loading up. So it has directed to some .com website. So this is what it looks like. So there is the CPU, then there are slots for the RAM, then somewhere here there is in one of these ports here will be for networking infrastructure. So CPU, RAM, and networking. Okay, and also it will have slots for connecting to the hard disk. But right now, if I compare it with my EC2 instance, when I'm choosing the instance type, I'm basically choosing the motherboard with the CPU memory and the networking capacity. Okay, so out of the requirements here, let us see which are we have done. OS, green tick, RAM, green tick, CPU, green tick, network card, green tick. Remaining is storage. So that also, if we continue with the wizard, here at the bottom, there will be the storage. So 10 GB of storage I'm using. This is for the hard disk. So finally, our storage is also a green tick. So all the physical and the software requirements are ready to create this computer, this virtual computer. But then I need to make it secure so that I can control who can access it. So for that, I'm going to use something called a SSH technology, where I'm going to create a key pair. Okay, all these details later on in the class will be discussed. So don't worry about this. This is just a workshop where I'm just showing the capacity of using and being able to deploy a cloud within minutes, a computer on cloud within minutes. Okay, and then I will go into network settings and I will, okay, let me just quickly edit it. So don't worry if you're not able to understand this, these things will be discussed in detail. Okay, so SSH, I'm going to use only my IP to make it secure, and I'm going to allow HTTP globally so these are ports which I'm opening, and depending, so I want you guys to be able to access the website when I'm done with the coding. Okay, so but then the server to which I will be logging in to write the code, that I will only allow from my IP. Okay, so that's how I'm making it secure. So that is the firewall actually. This security group that I'm discussing, doing here now, this is something like a firewall. Okay, so this will restrict the access, keep my server secure. So now I clicked on launch instance and AWS is generating it. I'll go to instances. So I've got other servers here, but then we are interested in this one, my website. This is the server I've just now created. So I'll open it up in a different tab, and you need to give it some breathing time, like a minute or two. So this my website, see now it is in a pending state. Okay, so what will happen here is it will actually go live and it will have a public IP address using which I will be able to securely log into this server so that I can deploy my code. So that public IP has been generated. This has been provided by AWS, not my headache. I don't need to bother about it. I don't need to run after my internet service provider to give me an IP. As long as this server is running 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, or for 1 hour, this IP has been reserved for me for this server by Amazon. But yes, I will have to make a payment on a monthly basis for the hours this has been running. Okay. Depending on the heavier infrastructure you use, the more amount you will have to spend. So now I will connect to this server. So I'm on a Windows system. If you're on a Windows system and you want to connect to a different computer, which is using Linux, you will have to use a software called PuTTY. This is what it looks like. Okay, you will have to download and install it. So all of this we will do in details later on. So I already have this software. I will paste my public IP address and using the SSH protocol. This is the security protocol. Okay, I will authenticate myself using the keys. If you remember just a couple of minutes back, I installed keys. So this is my private key, my website private key that I'm going to use to connect to this remote computer. I have chosen that file from my local desktop and I will click on open and I will click on accept. So right now, this black window that you are seeing, this is using command line interface. This is not my local computer. This is a computer on Amazon. This is somewhere because the region I have chosen is Mumbai. So this computer is actually somewhere in Mumbai. So now I will quickly install the required software so that I can deploy my website. Okay, so I will leave it today with only a test website. So there is something called HTTPD that I need. So very quickly, let me install these. These commands in Linux, they will be, so DNF is for installing. This is the package manager. All of this I'm in a rush right now, but these will be explained in detail and you will have your chance to ask your questions once you join the batch, and everything will be explained in detail. So don't worry about it. Now, DNF is the sudo gives me administrative privilege. DNF is the package manager. This is the utility using which I will be able to install. And then I have to provide it. It can do multiple functions. So right now I'm asking it to install. Install what? Install a particular software called HTTPD. Okay, this is the software which is required for running a web server. And then I will just type in -y so that it goes through an uninterrupted install. So my physical computer is ready. I don't have to order it through China or Amazon.com or Alibaba or anything, any place else. Directly Amazon has provided to me. I don't need to bother about the operating system. Amazon has provided, AWS has provided it to me. Okay, and the related softwares, they are all available in their database. I'm just installing it directly from their database. So it has just been 5 minutes and my computer is ready. Okay, so now the software is installed, but I need to start the service. Okay, the HTTPD service. These details you will learn later on. So sudo systemctl, that is the command. So for the particular service, I want to start. Which service? HTTPD, because that is the software for converting a ordinary server into a web server. Press enter. That's it. There you go. So if I quickly use the same systemctl command, this is Linux world. Okay, command line interface. You will not be using mouse here, only a keyboard. Systemctl and status. Before I check status, HTTPD. Enter. So I can see it is active and running. Very good. We are done. So if I press quit and I want to check my IP address. So let's see in the browser if it is opening or not. Okay. So very quickly, I will type in the curl command and ifconfig.me. That will give me my public IP address. Networking class will be taken separately. Don't worry about that. So all this public IP address, VPC, IAM, all of that will be discussed in that. So this IP address, or even the very basic fact like what is an IP address, everything will be taught from scratch. Don't worry. So this IP address is my public IP address. Now, if I go to browser, open up a new tab and simply paste this IP address, press enter. So we have got a working static test page. Red Hat Linux is proving that. So if I share this link, this IP address with you now, okay, Emmanuel or Adi, whoever is controlling that, please open up the forum for Q&A. My lab session is done, and I'm going to share this on the chat, meeting chat with everyone. Just check this link. You should also be able to open up it in your browser. Just check this link if you are getting this same website.
Okay. So, Kallol, so I'll take over.
Thank you.
Your class is waiting. Okay, you have another class, right? But let me complete this quickly so that we can give this class to you so that you can take the other. Okay, 1 minute. So, guys, some of you are having a lot of questions. Let me just quickly take over the questions. Okay. First of all, I have given one link here. Okay. If some of you have, you want that you are already an advanced guy or you already have done some, you are a DevOps engineer and you want something else like, so I have given one link here, YouTube channel. Okay. You click on this link, you will, you can subscribe to our channel, and then here we are giving a lot of requests came for Terraform. So we have created some Terraform class with the EKS cluster, which you can actually take it for free. Okay, that's the link I will be posting once more. So I want you all to go and click on a like it, and then we will give it to you. Okay, so that we can post further videos here. Okay, now coming back to this particular session, some of you are saying it's like little advanced. Who is saying? Rakesh Srivastav. So Rakesh Srivastav, like I will just give you a little bit, and for others also, it is like very currently whatever we discuss is like, I'll just give a quick recap so that and then we will go for question answer session, guys. Okay. So what are we doing? We have some, suppose developers. We have suppose some customers. That customers wants to access one server, like you all are customers. You want to access our website called lwplabs.com. Okay. Or with the IP address which Kallol have given, right? So let me copy this IP address. So this is the IP address here. Okay. So as we told that we'll go in depth, guys. Okay. We'll go whenever we say it's project based, don't think that we'll just teach project. We'll go in depth and we'll deep dive, and you have to listen to it. And it's exercise, brain exercise, right? So we have this website which is lwplabs.com that is going to point to this particular IP address. This IP address is now pointing to one server, which is nothing but a computer, which Kallol explained that there is in computer, what will be there? RAM will be there, CPU will be there, storage will be there. Like this is like pretty basic, okay? A computer will have. Now in this computer, you will have an IP address assigned to it, which is nothing but a public IP. Okay, you now know what is public IP. So tomorrow you will also learn what is private IP. Okay, public IP. So you will also have to know what is private IP. What is the function of private IP? What is the function of public IP? All these things you have to know. So these all are you. You are trying to go to upskill yourself and get new job, get new hikes. Okay, like this girl. Okay, she got a job. So like this girl, Suganya, she got a job. So now you also want to get a job. So how will you get a job? So you have to upskill yourself. So you will come to our website, you will click on this website. So this website will point ultimately to some IP address. So this is our IP where my developers have written the code here and you are accessing it. So this is that pretty simple. So now you can also click on that link which we created. Now, but then this is like a pretty, this is not a website, right? This is not having any content. So now tomorrow Kallol will explain you how to keep something here which is like meaningful, which is like this particular website. Okay, like in our website, maybe a static website. That code is not important. That can be Python code, that can be a HTML code, that can be a Node.js, a JavaScript, whatever it is. But we'll keep something here so that you can see the things. Okay, so your task is that hosting thing. Now, this is what from the today's session we have understood. Now, to do this task, you need an AWS account. How to do AWS free account, which Kallol has told. So you can go and create an AWS free account. It is simple like Netflix account you create. Okay, just go and create a Netflix account. Simply, you can go and create an Amazon account. It will ask credit card details. You can give your credit card details. Again, you are not giving credit cards to Lwplabs. You are giving to Amazon. Amazon will not deduct any money without your notice. Okay, you can go and give safely. A lot of our students, around how many students we taught? 1,600 students we taught in our startup. So around 1,600 students have created an AWS account, Azure account, or Google account. Nobody have paid any, like without any reason, they have paid a certain big amount. So you will not be able to, you will not be paying anything. Even if they are charging you, tell us, we will help you out to sort how to raise a support ticket and how to get that particular waiver. So it is like pretty easy. We will show you all those things. So you click on this link and create a free account. Okay, if you are a student, it will be anyway free for you. Just show your ID card and you can create an account. If you are a startup anyway, you can click on this and activate it today. Okay, so that is all these things are there. How many things you will get? 12 months. Click on this 12 months, you will get this many services free. A lot of people ask that, okay, how many services you will be teaching? Okay, so don't count services, guys. Okay, this is the biggest mistake we do in cloud learning and other things. Okay, you count services, you count tools, you count this, but then you are not counting the projects which we will be doing here. Okay, anyway, service counts are present here in the curriculum. You can go to this curriculum and just go to this AWS thing and see there are services which are mentioned here. You can see the services. But then what will you do with this by learning this service? You can go to Udemy and get a service. There is a guy called Ryan. Okay, he's such a big guy. I have also learned from him. So you can go and see his videos are there. There will be a full certification you can do. Again, I'll repeat, we are not certification based company. If you want certification, before certification, Amazon say, or any company say that you should have an experience. It is like before you get a doctor certificate and you are a doctor, you should go and do some real practice, right? So that practice we are doing, that real experience we are doing. Okay, it's don't go the bad way. Like, okay, we will go and do certification, we'll do proxy interview, we'll do job support, and we'll try to go to get a job. Okay, those all are days gone. Okay, now people understand proxy interview we can catch in 1 minute. Okay, I take generally interviews, lot of interviews, and then yeah, so we know that how to catch a people. So don't go with those things. Learn, do some mind exercise, complete the project 3 months. Don't pay any money for job support, no backdoor jobs. Okay, no, nothing. Get the job by your own. Okay, a lot of people are asking that, okay, how will you say remote jobs? Yeah, there are a lot of websites where you can get remote jobs also now, once after COVID. Okay, you have to search. There is a website called relocate.me. Recently, one of our students cracked a job from relocate.me in Sweden. So that is the reason I know that, okay, there is something website called relocate.me where you can go and crack interviews for outside country as well. So go to relocate.me. Okay, that is maybe a good website. Okay, so that is like all our experiences we are getting from the students. Now coming back to our question answers session, let me unshare again and let me give you one link. Those who will be there are some 5 questions will be there, as I told you all. If you are doing good in that 5 questions, we'll reward you with some little bonus. So we'll count how many people are like first 3 people will get some like bonus in our tuition fee. Okay, like we are anyway charging very less, but then we'll try to give you a little bit more. Okay, so that you will be benefited. So let me go and give you the link, guys. Okay, 1 minute. I'm getting some technical difficulty. 1 minute, guys. Okay.
While you're doing that, Rahul, I would like to inform everyone that we have also posted a WhatsApp group link. So I request everyone to join that group so that we can share all the details of this course in that group. There are around 26 to 27 people in this meeting. I would request everyone to click on that WhatsApp group and then join.
Yeah. So guys, this is very important. I know that a lot of people will just join for understanding things. But then try to join our WhatsApp group. We keep on giving some good workshops like this, where you will be able to interact with the faculty. Like maybe we started recently cybersecurity. You can, if you are interested in cybersecurity, you can go for cybersecurity workshops. There are data science workshops. There are Azure workshops. There are this workshop, AWS. So if you join this WhatsApp group, there we will be able to answer you all the queries. The admin will be there. It will be easy for you. It will be easy for us to explain you like what are the details of the course. Okay. So anyway, I am giving you all a link. Okay, just participate in that. I'm asking very simple questions to all of you. So click on that link and I can see that how many participants, only 5 players are there. So there are 29 participants. I want everyone to participate here. Click on the link. You can click on the link from your phone. You can click on the link from your laptop, iPad, do whatever you want, come here. Okay. There is a link which I have given. Join. Okay. Join. 1 minute. I will give this link here as well. Join. So, please join this link, guys, and yeah, come here. How many? 9 players, 10 players. How many others will be coming? Let's see. 9. That's it. Quickly, guys, we have another class waiting, so we need to start. Okay. I am starting with 10 participants. So whoever will be doing good, they will be awarded. So let us answer fast, guys. So you as a DevOps engineer will write Terraform code and will push their code to. Okay, do not unmute and answer. Let me remove that unmute access. Yes, we do not have unmute access. Good. So what will be the answer? Get. So few of you have answered wrong, but no problem. Okay, let's go back to the next question, please. See the leaderboard. Let us see who scored high. This is just for us to understand like how much knowledge you have. Okay, before we start the class, guys. Okay, so those who are not able to answer, do not worry. There will be a lot of this question answer sessions in our session. Okay, where you can participate and you will get a chance to have a healthy competition. And we'll try to give this is the next question which I'll be putting. Developers have pushed their code to GitHub. What is generally the next phase in SDLC cycle and which tool they will use to perform it? Okay, so I'm talking about something called build tool. So now you need to answer. I'm giving you a hint like which tool you will be using for build phase. Okay, I know we have not covered that, but then we just want you to answer this. Do not answer in chat window. Okay, do not answer in chat window. Answer in this link, guys. Okay, this link. Okay, fine. So everybody answered build. Most of you, which is like very good. Mavin is the right answer. So fine. So here a lot of people know. Okay, so it will be like pretty fast for us to give you or explain your things faster. Okay, whatever we do. Okay, now let's go back to so Sam is leading now after Santosh and Asif. So let me go back to another question. There are 15 participants, slowly increasing, which is good. Now we will try to have another question. It is a third question. Okay, Ravindra, do not answer again. Okay, maybe answer here. So company moving to microservice architecture, which tool can help achieve this? Okay, so there is some tools which we are actually talking about, which will help you to achieve microservice architecture. So go ahead and click on the link, whatever you find best suit for. Okay. So 10 is like Docker and Kubernetes. Yes, you will be, if this is answer, So AWS cloud can help you achieve, will not help you achieve, there is a service called EKS, but then that service will not help you achieve again full microservice. Again, you have to microservice, you have to use using Docker images, and you have to do so. Better answer here, if these two are there, try to answer Docker and Kubernetes. But yeah, those who answered AWS cloud were somewhat okay. That is like very big thing. Okay, a lot of things we can do from cloud. So we are going to leaderboard, but yeah, Docker and Kubernetes was little close. Okay, so yeah, here there is a question like Sam is again leading, Santosh, and after that Rituraj. I think Rituraj, let's go back to the fourth question. Okay, we'll go to the next question. Let us quickly cover this question. Can Jenkins configure multiple servers? Okay, this is an interesting question. Using Ansible, using Terraform, Python scripting. What will you use to configure servers? I actually told that, okay, in the beginning. How will you configure Jenkins? How will you configure multiple servers using Jenkins? Which tool you will use for configuration management tool? Okay, so answer that. It's Ansible, okay, not Terraform. Terraform will be used for creating the servers. Means you want to build a home, use Terraform. You want to decorate a home, use Ansible. Means you want to configure a home, Ansible. You want to do some small automated task, we will use Alexa, right? So here like Python scripting, think like that. Okay, like you want to stop servers in the weekend, we have to start the servers over every Monday. We'll use Python scripting. We will write a Lambda function and then we will do that. Okay, so we will use Python scripting for that. But then Ansible is for configuration management tool. Okay, it will configure. Right. So those who are not answering, or those who are thinking that okay, it is like little tough, do not worry. Okay, like this is just for testing. This is for the part of a demo where we can motivate others, everyone, and attract more and more people. Okay, so that they can join, and then we can actually have a great session. Okay, fine. So now this is our fifth question, the last question, guys. Answer this. What DevOps tool can help you achieve this? You have to select two options. Okay, I've already answered that. There is a cost reduction, there is fast deployment, fast hiring for employees. Like what exactly will be the answer? It's like pretty simple. Answer that. Okay, this is the simplest question maybe you might have ever got. So this is the answer, right? These two are the answer. Fine, thank you. So now let's go to the leaderboard and let us see who will are winners and who will be awarded with that certain discount. Okay, so there are 3 folks. Okay, let me see who. So Satish, Sam, and Rituraj. Okay, these 3 people will be awarded with little discount. Don't expect again more. Our course fee will be anyway very less. It is not going to kill your kidney and all. So anyway, we'll be charging very less, and then we'll be giving little discount, and then those giveaway contest is there, right? Okay, right? So all of you know that what is our giveaway contest, guys. I have explained all of you that in our giveaway contest, we are giving away to you all what gone, I think, yeah. So this is our giveaway contest, which is for again this kind of an healthy competition for all of you. That if you join 80% attendance is there, you will be getting 500 rupees from us. Okay, not this one, 500 rupees from us. And then if you are again first, second, third like this, we will be having some question answer sessions. Obviously, this will not be that easy. Okay, again we also see that whatever task assignments we are giving to you all, again in your batch only, you are completing or not, you will be awarded with this kind of internship amount. Okay, which is like a good, I think, very good healthy competition which will be between them. That is what we have seen from our past experience, from our past batches, and it helped our student to grow. And that is the reason we are actually trying to continue this particular method in other batches also. Okay, so with this we will conclude our class today. Thanks, Kallol. Thanks everyone for joining the class. Join tomorrow. We will be presenting tomorrow. We'll do some little more advanced thing tomorrow. Okay, where we will try to little bit with that whatever server, and we'll try to give you more experience over that. Okay. Again, if you have any questions from our curriculum part, please click on the chat window and click on that WhatsApp link. Ask your questions. I will be there. I will be happy to answer your questions. Okay. This particular chat group I have given, I will be there. My name is Rahul Chaudhary. Okay. I'm again a DevOps trainer, but who started this company. So you can actually ping me. I will be happy to answer your all the doubts. Okay. You can directly touch this. Great. Okay. Thank you. Let's meet tomorrow, guys. We'll end up this meeting because we have to start another meeting here.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. This is Kallol signing off. I appreciate your time and patience.
Okay.
You guys have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Please join tomorrow, same time, 9 p.m. IST, with the same link. Thank you.
Okay.